Right, here we go. It's a little bit, I'm just testing a new setup now, and we're on the Island Hopper Stage 3 4x4. Just bear with me for the playback. Sorry about this. It seems to be at about 10 frames a second. It does dramatically improve to 60, and I want to say just give it half a mile. Please be patient. I'm trying a new setup, and hopefully it will improve, but I'm not sure what happened at the start, you see. So, right, let's jump on to the actual race itself. So I'm yo-yoing between the baby A group, 510, 520 to 650, 690. I seem to be finishing the back half of those races. There you go, it's perfectly smooth now, 60 frames a second. So it's worked, which is fantastic. So I'm yo-yoing between the groups of baby A and top B. So I'd just been downgraded or relegated as I came, I want to say 30th out of 50 yesterday on a 520 690 race, the Zeal Japan race. Very, very difficult to get in the top half, and it cost me ZRS points. So consequently I'm back down in the 450 570 group. Still very competitive, but I think people call this almost the B plus group. There you go. Just look at Clark there, 14 watts per kilo. I saw in orange there, the Australian, N Clark. So this is a really exciting race. Truly is fantastic. Now, look, I'm going to chase that rider down. Stubbs has got the other, the same idea, and Clark's brought right back in. But this summarises the race. Look at Ince there, the Italian rider, not just catching up but booming through, which is fantastic. Multiple attacks. You can see the Island Hopper just under 11 miles. It's got a little bump about 40% the way through, and then you can see the clear climb, 430 feet I want to say, climb. On the big climb in the middle. So everything's pretty flat, and then you get hit with that. However, it would be easy for everyone just to cruise along and make an attack on the climb, get over, and then it's a race for the last 4 miles to the finish. But as you'll see in this race, there's lots of attacking, and it's a fantastic pace. The finishing time you'll see on my Zwift Power is very, very competitive, believe me. Top left, 273 average. I'm doing 340 watts to stay on this train. And that, look at my average, the watts per kilo, I've dropped that into my HUD on the top left on the display, but it is an average. So it's not in real time, it is an average, but well over 3.5 watts per kilo there. Which equating to 267. My FTP is 276. I've not been able to change that in the last 6 weeks, so that's something I've got to work on. Just under 10 miles now, just over nearly 4 minutes completed. And there's only 16 riders in this particular race, but they're all very, very strong, and you'll see that with some of the attacking antics that goes on. I had to really be on my game. But my aim is I've got to finish 7th. I want a podium because I want to get back into that baby A group and be racing at high level to try and I've got to tackle that at the end of the day. I'm not one to be sat in the lower groups or sandbagging or losing purposefully in the higher group, so I get demoted and then I've got an easier cruise. So I really want to go for this particular race. There's only 16 in it, so I could even lose ZRS points if I come 8th, perhaps 9th, realistically. And with the level of competition in this group, that could be likely, because these are very competitive riders, as you'll see. So I think perhaps 2 have been dropped. There you go. the Irish rider at the top, just gone off the front. Absolutely no need to. You know, we're just on the flat. We're all competitive. But this sums up the nature of this race, and it was very, very exciting. I'm not going to chase that rider down. I'm sitting in the pack, playing it sensibly, trying to draft. You can see I've got the 40-second draft power up there. I'm saying that, but look, 280 watts for a bit there. I'm out of the draft. There, get back in. My right hand controller wasn't particularly reactive or responsive today, by the way, for some reason. I'll just get out the saddle here. I think this is where we'll chase down that Irish rider at the front. Bring him right back into the group. There you go. You see the South African there, Jonker, absolutely smashing through. 9 watts a kilo. Still 9.5 watts a kilo. 9.7 watts a kilo. I'm going to have to chase this down because it looks very, very strong. He's still doing 8.5 watts a kilo. I need help here. I can't do this on my own. There you go. Clark, another burst. 5 watts a kilo. He's going to do a burst sat down. Jonker, fortunately, has come back to 3 watts a kilo. First place, but he's gained 4 seconds advantage. Clark has gone after him there. Blimey. So those two riders, I think he's caught him there. Look, 3-4 seconds. I need the people behind me to catch up. Anyway, there we go. We reined them right back in, the rest of the team. I'm just going to speed this up now because we are on a bit of a flat. Here we go. The first little, it's not a big climb, but this gives you an indication of how the race is going to go and who's up for it. It's nothing magnificent, but you do not want to get dropped on this little bump. Not with 7 miles to go and only 16 riders. Otherwise you're doing 6.5 miles probably on your own. So I've got to put it in here. I want to be doing 350. There you go, 360 watts, which is 3.45. That's well over that, sorry. That's my average, 340 watts. So put it in strongly here, just to test the water. Everyone else seems to be at this rate. Now this is exactly where the difference is when I'm in the 510 650. I'd have to be putting 370 to 400. Now I know I'm putting it there, but I'm standing up. And I'd have to be doing that for the duration. And then I'd have to do it on the next climb. That's the difference on the climbing between these two groups. And you can do it for a certain period, but this is where I'm not quite strong enough and I just get dropped just on approaching these crests of these climbs, and then I'm done for because they ride off into the sunset down the descent and you're done. Let's get back to this race again. 270 average, 6.7 miles to go, so this is going to be a fast time. 3.56 average watts per kilo, just over 250 calories done, cruising at 27. I've got the power up. That's the aero, I think that's 15 seconds of boost. Someone's got the better version there, the draft, which I think lasts for 40 seconds. That's something you really want to use at the end on the sprint, especially if you're going long. However, if you're not going long and the race dictates a sprint towards closer to the barrier, obviously the aero, the feather, we're bunched in here, so I want to say there's 10 riders, perhaps 12, 3, 6, 9, 11 riders. So 5 have been dropped at an early stage. It just felt they were a strong group as well. I don't know what it was. I just had an instinct that everyone was up for it this morning, being a Saturday morning in the UK. What time would that have been in Australia for Clark? That's got to be early in the morning, surely. Very early. Or is it the evening before, perhaps? Yeah, I'm going to say perhaps 10 hours before. 10 hours after. Oh, I'm getting confused. Yeah, it's 10 hours after the UK time. Pardon my little maths here. So I'm going to say that's about 8, 9 o'clock in Australia in the evening. Anyway, I've got that wrong. We're coming to the big climb here. This is what it's all about, this. This category, I'd be devastated to be getting dropped. But in the higher category, I probably have been lasting 3/4 up the major climb, and then just not having the legs, not having the power to sit down and grind it out over the crest. And hence I've been finishing in the back half of the group, losing ZRS. And because I'm bouncing about in and around the 570, that means I get promoted, relegated. So we're all good so far here. You see, look, I can put in, I want to say just around 320, and no one's driving off. I'd have to put another 30 watts in the higher category. I'm just standing up there on the orange just to push through. And that's given me a massive confidence, because I'm at the front, and that was kind of an accident. That was me just wanting to stay with the front group, not necessarily go out on the front. So I've just got to be careful here. This is crucial. There's a little bit of a break there, a couple of slight descending gradients for the blue coming up. Still very, very tough, this. Average has gone to 273, top left. Put 400, just get to the front of the group. On this blue, have a little break. Just come off the pedals for a second, go up this next bump, then we've got another little break. And then it's all out to the top. See, they're coming through here. 440 watts. Need to be careful. Get onto this bridge here, and I think we're alright. A little, perhaps -1%. No, it's just flat. There's me hoping for a little period of rest. Mossbank, the American, strong round the corner. Signalling their intention there. I'm in these first 5 riders. That's exactly where I need to stay. So that's given me confidence. No one's blasting me away. No one's attacking. If I just put this 400 to 450 watts standing up, one more orange bit, then I'll be in a great position to come, certainly top half, possibly podium. I'm going to get myself in the mix. There we go. Just power up nearly 500 watts, 450 to 500. Get onto the top bit. Now we get a bit of a, it's not complete, it's not over yet. There's a bit of a plateau here. It says -1%, yes, but I think there's a little flat on the top of this before we start descending. So there's not stopping now. Let's speed this up. I managed to, everything as you would expect. Those 11 riders stayed up the top. We didn't drop anybody going up there, which is what from the start, when I talked about a very competitive group, looking at the ZRS on these other riders, we're all evenly matched. I guess it comes down to who are the better sprinters, or it doesn't matter now, but who were the slightly better climbers, who's got that energy on the flat. So we're just under 3 miles to go. It's been a fantastic competitive race so far. And I'm celebrating the new system and setups working. We're running at 60 FPS, which in general gaming terms would have been fantastic in 2010, but that's a marked improvement over what I was running. If I was running 20 FPS previously on my MacBook Pro, that would have been a surprise. Now there's a train developing here. Look, I'm doing 300 watts. Alright, I'm not perfectly in the draft, but I am there. And look, having to do decent size watts. There's a little breakaway, not a breakaway, not a sprint, but it's a, just as I talk about the FPS, look at that, bloody awful. Don't know what's happened there. I'm blaming Zwift there. There's no way my new setup. No chance. So this was... It gets a bit spicy in a minute. 2.3 miles to go. You got Clark, who was very aggressive, courageous early on. Made a couple of sprints for it. Ran off the front. This bloody frame rate's terrible. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I thought I'd solve this. Perhaps because we're all going at these higher watts. Is that affecting it? I'm only joking. 2.1 miles to go. 9 miles completed. 384 feet. So I want to say there's 40 feet to go. Just over 22.5 minutes. Someone's used the draft there, but they have got to... Might as well use mine soon, because, as you can see, there is a power up to go at a barrier. Probably with 1.5 miles to go. Mossback is stretching. He's doing 4.5 watts a kilo. Craggs is doing 6 watts a kilo. Or was. I've just reined them in there. We've got a 4-5 metre gap. Well, the Irish riders come straight back into contention there. How competitive is this? All the riders, look at this. Nobody's letting anybody escape. Everybody is intent. Nobody's gone on a sprint. I think someone's just gone off there, have they? Japanese rider, look, you can see the little fire coming from the back of his wheels. I'm going to have to chase down. I wish somebody else would come with me. I've got the draft there, so I'm alright. I'm within distance. 1.6 miles to go. Good news. Oh, the frame rate's come back. What great timing. 1.6 miles to go. Here's the barrier. I've used my drafting boost. Timed that pretty perfectly. Gotta say. Perhaps could have had a little bit. Oh yeah, that's good. See, I needed that. When someone's gone off there. Look at the Italian. Can't see his watts a kilo there, but I know he's just put it in. Clark on the right. Satsuki, the Japanese rider. Mossbank, the American rider. And look, and I'm up front here. Don't want to be there. Stupid position. 1.3 miles to go. The group is all here. Everybody, look at this bunching up. I need to be drafting better than this. I need a perfect draft. This is where my controller wouldn't work. I was trying to get into the right, and there you go. It responded, but late. 1.1 mile to go. 265 average. Right, you can see now, look, it looks a nice, easy stroll, this, but honestly it's not. 1 mile to go. What am I doing on the edge? Get in there. It's working. You can just see the little graphic. On the desert park, 1 mile to go. Stand up on that little bit of 5%. Satsuki out front. 5 watts a kilo. I can see it. In a decent position. I need to get closer. 0.9 mile to go. I need to sit and press here. I don't want to be standing up at this point. And the frame rate's gone to crap again. I'm just right behind the Italian. Oh, you can see there. Satsuki, 0.8 mile, and he's using his aero. So he's making a little go for this, doing 6 watts a kilo. I'm going to chase this down. 330 watts. 350 watts. I'm sat down really putting it in here. 467 calories done. I'm averaging over 3.5 watts a kilo for the duration. I'm just about in that draft, and here comes Mossbank, the American, using his 40-second draft, and he's used it. So I've got my power up. They've used theirs. 0.6 of a mile. Come on, every 10th of a mile here. I'm got it in my head. And who's that? South African Yonker. Fantastic. I'm going to have to use my boost, else I'm not going to be anywhere near these. Just stay right close. That's it. That's rein them in. Right, I don't want them drafting off me. That's stopped them accelerating away. Who's coming through now? Fantastic. Another one having a go. I've still got my draft, 0.4 of a mile. I had to use it then, else I would have been dropped in this train, in the chain, sorry. Here we go. I need to get in that draft. People are pushing. 0.3 miles to go. 360. Look at my average. It's coming up to 270 now. I'm desperately in the red, sat down. 970 feet. Right. 800 feet. Right, get up. Come on, let's get a third. 600 feet. Put in 600. I can't do any more. Oh, those two have boomed past. Come on, let's get fourth. Let's get fourth. Put it in. Come on. There we go. Got it. Got it. Delighted. I'm clapping. I don't know why I'm clapping. Oh, fantastic. That I'm really chuffed with that. 3.6 watts a kilo. 270. Only a second. 1.09 second behind the leader in. Fantastic. I will be promoted back to the baby A group. +6 there. 5.774 ZRS. Bouncing up. Delighted with that. I'm going to have another go at this. It's bank holiday weekend in the UK. I'm going to have another go at this. If you enjoyed that, like and subscribe. Thank you.